Hello, heathens.
Hello, aliens.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome
Welcome
back.
back. Add that to the list of songs going on the album.
In my head, that's playing all at the same time.
Um, we want to start this episode, and I want to start it before we forget with a shout out for some friends and a place of where to buy stuff and why to buy there.
Yes.
So, Nicole, if you would like to take that away.
Well, just recently, Even Star Chalice has moved from an actual physical store to just an online store, which I think is really good for the transition is going to be very good for them. It's just sad to see it kind of like evolve, I guess, because we get so into keeping things exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
And we get attached to an idea and stuff like that. So this is really cool because like if you want a place where you can buy a book and you know that it's literally helping a family out instead of like a big corporation. And I know sometimes, especially in the books that we deal with, you have to go with like, somebody that's bigger just because you have some of these books are only produced in one place, right? Or
Right.
it's like it's too big for whatever. So if you want to stop by the website, it's called even, did you write it down?
Yep, Even Stars Chalice. I will be putting it in the show notes, but it's EvenStarChalice.com. Like I said, I'll put it in the show notes, but small business, man. Two people
Yeah,
ran.
right. And they've dedicated their life to this kind of spirituality and helping people along the way. Mara is excellent. She's studied a lot. She's put herself through college even. Well, more than that. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure I'm not doing it justice with the words that I have, but like I know she has degrees. Like
Yeah, she's got degrees in this shit. Lots of
right, right.
shit.
Well, and then Russ too with history and like he will find any book that you want to know. He will do his due diligence just to kind of like help you out. So, and that's the kind of stuff that I really want to support in like I work hard for my money, right?
Yeah.
I spend a lot of my like and yes, I do throw a lot of it away. I get that. But like if we're going to go forward and we're trying to make things better, then really being conscious about where we're putting our energy and our money, if we know it's going to like actually go on somebody's table, like this is the best case scenario, right? Like,
Yeah, 100%. I agree. It's just nice because, like, when you really think about it, you are supporting two people that, like
mhm,
you said, have dedicated their whole lives to this. And like having a physical place and it being an online presence, yes, that does free up some time for them. But also, like, we want to support that time because they've given so much, one, to the IPSY community, in general. They've done a lot for the community as a whole, not just like having a storefront. And two,
right.
like it's a good energy exchange because you're giving to an energy that's already built up and strong and powerful and so good, and you're gonna that energy exchange, you're gonna feel good about it, really good about it,
Absolutely.
as opposed to like
Absolutely.
a big corrupt corporation that
That
doesn't treat
doesn't
its workers
care.
great or doesn't give a
Right.
flying F about you or your money, just wants your money.
Right. Right.
It'll feel better. So they have books, they have magical working stuff, they have all your materials you need, they have home decor and artwork and lots of stuff. And like she said, if you guys get on there, you can totally email them off the website and just ask Russ if he can get such and such for you if there's something
Right.
specific you're looking for. So
Right. Yeah, because even him and we're testing out something right now about a direct ship kind of thing. So he'll be able to even like if you can't find it on the website, he'll be able to get it for you and then
and
ship it right to you. Yeah.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
So
cool because
that way it's not complicated or you don't have to like jump through any hoops or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah, and when you guys go to this website too, just know these two people have been in this business for a long time. They've had that
Mhm.
storefront for a long time. And so they're really good at resourcing things and finding other people to support through that too. So, it's kind of like one of those things where they can get just about anything you want.
Yeah, and I think, with this kind of thing, it's kind of easier to do a soft, like, introduction, like, I'm expecting I don't know if expecting is the right word, but I can't wait to see what Mara brings forth to the future in this community, especially being uh online now and like freeing up some time and helping people really find their path, and she's got the right tools for it.
Yeah. So also on their website, when you click on the three, like the menu bar on the left, there's a spot called Work with Mara. When they launched like all the new website stuff, I was checking it out. You can book a ton of different stuff with her. You can book like focus sessions and deep sessions and like you can even, do life support with her and like energy clearings and like she has like this program on there too where basically like learn a lot from her to get your spiritual like workings going.
Hmm.
There's just so much on there you can book. So check that out too, because there's a lot of information about what each thing does. And there's a lot of information about her if you're curious about who she is and what she can offer you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good people. Good people.
Good people.
Hmm.
Good people.
Geed, geed.
Yes, again, we'll put that in the show notes so you guys can check that out if you are watching as opposed to listening. Um, Even if you're listening, it'll be in the show notes too. But
Yes. And that website is, God, what is it?
Mhm.
EVESTARSCHALICE.com.
Yes.
Evenstarchalice.com.
Such as
Mm-hmm. And it looks like this without that big circle in the middle.
that's a light circle.
Oh, not the light circle.
Alrighty, peeps. So today we are going into water signs. We have two more zodiac sign categories to cover, and then we're moving into the houses. But today we're doing water signs.
Water
We're working in the
sign.
west. Water sits in the
Um,
west.
so water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces.
Yeah. Yup.
Some of the things that I was looking up today was like water signs will absorb the emotions in the room because
Mm,
water absorbs. They'll also reflect back to you things. Uh oh, they know how to adapt and change really well. They know how to almost be intuitional,
intuitive.
intuitive. That's the
There you
word.
go.
I'm making up my own words. Okay.
I know. I was like, I saw you searching for it, and I was like,
I
she's right
know.
there, but she can't like fully see it.
I can't see it because yeah, I'm like, wait, that's not right either. But okay, you know, um, almost a little bit psychic as well.
Mm,
Um, so these are the kind of things that water. It will be very nurturing at times, but it can also be very stormy too.
mhm.
There is a calm surface and a deep underneath, right? Like if you're gonna come to a water sign, you kind of gotta like be able to either dive deep with them or um be able to express your emotions. These are the people that will really help us see emotions and help us move through them because they're very used to being in that kind of like realm.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great way of saying it. Yeah. Also, all collectively a very romantic sign. All or
Absolutely.
signs with an S. This is like where a lot of romance and like love and big movement and that
Mhm.
happens is in these three zodiac signs.
Oh yeah, because it gets us all the feels, right?
Hell yeah. Emotions, emotions.
Yeah.
So our first one we're working through is Cancer
Mhm.
because she is the cardinal sign of the water signs.
Yep, and cardinal is where we start off. This is the big idea that we start to move. And Cancer is really nice because this is a very much of a mother sign, right? Like all about the house and home, all about nurturing. Does have that harder shell on the outside, but all soft and gooey on the inside.
Yes, yes. Cancer is also our start of summer.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
Mhm.
think about that.
That's where that cardinal sign plays in is summertime, which everything gets like fun and we get outside and we're with our friends and with our family. We want to hang out. We want to go do stuff with
Hmm.
people. It's big Cancer energy.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think the summer is really like that. The kids are off of school, like they are spending more time at home. This is the part like in the fields and stuff. This is where the sunlight, the water, all the elements are nurturing those plants outside to get them bigger and grow stronger so that way we can harvest them in the fall.
Yeah. So Cancer sign, it typically hits between June 21st and July 22nd. And it's rules the stomach, the chest, and the breast, which makes a lot of sense to me because of that your stomach's where a lot of your hormones come from. Your hormones come from food that you eat.
Mm-hmm.
And plus it's like where all of our like warmth sits is like right in that stomach area. And then your chest and your breast, come on, your heart's right back there, dude. It's like the
Yeah.
protection for your heart. Think about it like that's the shell of the crab
Mm-hmm.
that's protecting your insides.
Well, and when we hug, like those is where we get our hearts to heart, like our lungs to lungs, our stomachs to stomachs, like all that area is we touch, you know, somebody that we really love and embrace kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear that by the way?
What is it?
Loud banging or anything? Okay, beautiful, cool. Thank you, Zoom, for having great noise canceling. 'Cause they're picking up the trash or something right now. I'm
Oh,
having my
okay.
windows open because it's nice.
It is really nice out today.
So nice out. So Cancer is also the fourth sign of the zodiac, so that means fourth house ruling, which is your house of family history, traditions, and like what makes you feel at home.
Yes.
So nesting, I was thinking about this when I was like researching. I'm like, damn, nesting is a big Cancer energy. When you are
Yep.
making your home feel comfy, you are in that Cancer energy.
Absolutely. Like it's about, making sure everything is right and cozy and comfy for like this is where they actually think about your feelings to be like, well, I don't want to say this because I don't want to hurt their feelings or I want to bring them their favorite beverages and I want them to feel at home. I'll cook their favorite food. That's why this is like you going home and like mother energy is like she cooks all my favorite stuff. She like, remembers my birthday. She remembers, that kind of stuff. Like it's a very mothering kind of energy.
Heck yeah. And I saw that somebody had said that the graphics for Cancer represent not only crab's claws, but also women's breasts.
Oh,
I was like, okay, that makes sense because it's
all
like the
right.
sign of the mother, right? Like, okay, I can see that. Your ruling planet here is going to be the moon.
All I can think of is 69 when I see it. I
I
just can't
yeah,
help
I'm gonna be
myself.
honest.
I
Yeah,
know, right?
12-year-old
Like,
boy inside me is like,
seriously, I can't.
69.
Right? I'm like, that's what it means.
Yeah, same. So
Heathens.
heathens. Did you
Heathens.
expect anything less? If so, you are on the wrong
Oh,
podcast.
sorry about your choices that you've
Yeah,
made to bring you
you
here.
did make choices. You made
You made
choices.
choices.
Yeah, your ruling planet here is the moon. And remember, the moon is the closest celestial body to our Earth and the one that affects our moods the most. So the moon rules our
Mm-hmm.
inner self, and it's going to bring out your desires and your emotional cravings. Because remember, this is our planet of emotion,
Mm-hmm.
which,
Instinctual and the fact that our bodies are, I don't know, between 75 and 85% of water, and the fact that the moon pulls the tides on the earth and moves water in and out. So, and the fact that if you talk to anybody in public service, that they know that they'll be getting ready for a crazy night because of full moons, because of like people tend to act weird at this time.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so funny enough, there's like, you know how we always say there's so many coincidences. Um, do you know who the goddess of moon is, the moon is in Greek mythology?
Wasn't there a couple of them?
Selene.
Oh yeah.
She's the one who rides her horse-led chariot through the night sky. She is a representation in Greek mythology of the moon. Guess what the tarot card is to represent Cancer?
The moon?
The chariot.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a chariot. That's interesting
Right?
because you would think it was the moon.
You would think it'd be the moon.
Oh, I gotta look at the goddess thing. Yep, Cherries and the High Priestess.
Oh, and that, oh, that makes a lot
Mm-hmm.
of sense. So the chariot cards is going to be a lot about like movement and like different contexts. It can be like movement in love, careers, healing, spirituality, like obstacles and balancing your emotions. The chariot has a lot of meanings actually. I'm trying to think back to when we went through that.
Oh yeah, because you can see the like the sphinxes who are female. At least they're
Mhm.
showing that they're female. And then the male is driving the force. So this is the thing is the male energy projects out and tells them that he's ready to go kind of thing, but he needs to make a decision before um they move. And it's not in a way of like one's better than the other or anything like that. It's about masculine projecting out where feminine receives it. So it's like the sun projecting the light onto the moon, and then the moon reflects it back to us, kind of thing.
Mm.
I always thought about this one as being like you just got to make a big decision and you and move forward.
Yeah, and actually
That's
move
that kind
through
of
it.
feeling. Yeah.
That's a good one. Or like a good explanation to break it down into something simple because it's what it is. Don't know where I was going with that because it left, but
You're like,
little butterflies, she's a guy. Goodbye.
she's like, I gotta go. I
Gotta
got other
go.
things to do. Oh yeah. So the goddesses, it's so funny. So Selena's not even in here, which I know Selena is a goddess of like the moon, right? So
Yep.
it's just so funny when you get a correspondent book that you're like, well, where the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. Yep.
This one has Artemis,
Yep.
Cer Stress, wait, Cers.
Cers. Ceres? Wow.
Ceres?
Stress?
We'd have to look that one up and see which one it is.
Heathens. Words are hard.
Heathens. We don't know. Demeter, Diana, Isis, Juno, Kurian. I know I'm saying that wrong. Kauyan. It's Ku. It's Japanese. So it's KuanY. Next word is Yin.
Kuan Yin?
Kuan Yin. There we go. Because she's a goddess.
Woo, go
Nice
me.
job. Nice job.
Thank you.
And then Luna.
Oh yeah. Duh.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even think about that. Um, there's a lot of moon goddesses actually.
I
Or a
know,
lot
because
of,
I still think that they're missing a couple.
well, yes, Elaine. Love.
Yeah, but I don't even think that she's the only one that they're missing. Like, I feel like there was a couple more, but anyway, this is what we got.
Yeah, that's what we got.
The archangel that you would be working with the moon is Gabriel.
So that would go along with Cancer because again, Moon is ruling Cancer. So you could work if
Mm-hmm.
with Gabrielle for your Cancer sign workings.
Yep, yep.
Hey, hey, look at that.
Hey, hey,
Connections.
connections. I guess if you want to know, this has all of that. So silver is the metal for Cancer.
Mm.
Um, oh, so not only its solar system would be Moon, Pluto, and the Sun. I
The
don't know
Moon,
why.
Pluto, and the Sun.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Summer is the season. Thank you very much for that. I'm so glad I put lip gloss on. Time of day is twilight. Day is Monday. This is all for Cancer. And now I have cat hair on my lip. Okay. Midsummer Eve is the celebration. Element is water. Energy is yin. Colors are blue, gray, green, uh, orange, pink, silver, white, and yellow. The chakras are sacral, solar plex, and heart. Chariot and the High Priestess are the tarot cards. Um, trees are elder, adler, apple, chestnut, holly, horse chestnut, maple, oak, pine, and spruce. Herbs are catnip, chamomile, daisies, dill, honeysuckle, jasmine, mugwort,
Ooh,
rose, and violet. Gemstones are agate, amber, selenite. That's not how you say that, but sapphire, ruby, quartz, rose quartz, clear quartz, opal, moonstone. Uh, Animal is dog.
no.
Marine life is crab, octopus, and turtle.
Interesting octopus being on there.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
From the sea is mother of pearl and pearl. Birds are blackbird, ibis, and seagull. Insect is beetle. So your issues, intuition, and powers are beginning, change, connection, consciousness, determination, emotion, family, the home, imagination, introspect, intuition, love, magic, moon, mood, nurturing, protection, psychic ability, romance, secret, sensitivity, shyness, support, and sympathy.
Ooh. Yeah, the only other ones I have for that is like a good
Don't
traits
stand on
are
light.
like helpful, patient, compassionate, nurturing, romantic, and creative. And then challenges would be gossipy, clicky, isolated, uncommunicative,
Hmm.
hypersensitive, and overly competitive.
Yeah, because like the dark side of Cancer would totally be like in the shell, very crabby, like,
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep people away from them.
Yep. Or they're gonna like could tend to, is what I should say. They can tend to become gossipy because it's easier to talk about it with somebody else than it is to directly face it.
Right, right. And we don't like that.
No.
Avoid conflict at all costs.
All costs. The shell will stay hard.
Until they molt.
Yeah.
That's the
Which,
thing.
speaking of molting, that actually goes along with one of the key traits that I had found, which I was like, wow, yeah, that's huge, is that cancers have moods that go through cycles,
Mhm.
molting.
Yeah.
Their moods aren't going to be something that is like sporadic, like a spark, right? It's going to go through a whole cycle. So you can either think about it the fact that they are water, or you can think about it like a molting shell
Yeah.
to
Well,
get
because
bigger.
the moon goes, if they're ruled by the moon goes through a new sign every 2.5 days. So
Oh
they
yeah.
will literally be a different person every 2.5 days. And that's why
Oh,
they have moods.
I didn't think about that either. There's just
Hmm.
too many coincidences.
So many. It's all
So many.
connected. Web of life.
What a life.
Why are you so lovey right now? Is it because we're talking about crabs and cancer? So you just want to come over and nurture me?
Yes.
She's literally drooling on me.
Ooh, lovely.
She gets the love drools.
That's lovely. I also
I
have that
love
they're
it.
naturally intuitive and very psychic,
Mm-hmm.
which makes sense. They're ruled by the moon.
Absolutely. So dealing with cancer energy is, if you're like, if the moon is in this cancer, or you need even help with like maybe dealing with your family or something, or nurturing people in your life, cancer energy is really where you want to like kind of meditate and sit on, or try to uh even just looking up and realizing the attributions of what they have, and really identifying with that cancer part of yourself, is really how we would use this in a day-to-day situation, or a certain wave of experiences.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, the only other things I have for cancer is that they're passionate foodies who love to cook and eat. I have never met a cancer that does not love food. Of course, rules the stomach as well as come on nurturing. They're great
Yes.
party hosts because they care a lot.
And if
Um,
you're with a cancer, take their food.
take their food.
Take their food. You will deeply offend them. Like, don't, they
Also,
want to take care of you. Let them take care of you. Like,
it's probably going to be the best food you ever eat in your life.
absolutely, because it was made with love.
Well, lots of love,
Oh, God.
and they want you to like it.
Hold on. I lost my.
Oh, she gone. And then the only other thing I have is two stories. I
Hold. I am back.
She's back. I was just trying to fill that gap there. So I have two stories too. I have Egyptian mythology because I saw it, and I'm a sucker for Egyptian mythology. And
Absolutely.
in Egyptian mythology, the crab's been associated with the scarab, the symbol of immortality. It's the
Hmm.
connection with the afterlife continues in Babylonian culture, where Cancer was thought to be the god that was the guide to the passage through the underworld and death. I was like, oh, cool, intuitive,
Hmm.
psychic. And then I have the Greek legend of the crab, and he had a really big part in Hercules battling the Hydra.
Oh.
So his name was Karkanos. Hope I'm saying that right. Sounds right. I don't know. And he was sent by the goddess Hera, who wasn't a big fan of Hercules, to distract him and give the Hydra an advantage. So when Karkanos he went out there, he bit Hercules on the foot to distract him, and Hercules kills him by cracking his shell. So as a reward for risking his life to doing Hera's bidding, he was placed in the heavens to shine for all eternity.
Oh. That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I like that. That's going in.
Um, that's awesome. I like that because I didn't even know anything about that.
Me neither. I was like, huh, interesting. I've never, I guess I just haven't done a lot of like research on till now on the
Right.
zodiacs and
Well,
like
that's the
stories.
right. That's the funny part, is like all of the stories that are there too, that we just don't know about, like the myths and the legends and stuff.
Yep, I agree. It's cool to find them out 'cause, like, I didn't even know that was part of Hercules' story.
Mm-mm.
Because also, the only good Hercules story I know is Disney, so
That's fair.
did I just watch that the other day? Fuck yeah, I did. Was it because of my research? Fuck yeah, it was. I said, "Oh, looks like I gotta watch Hercules, damn."
Oh, darn.
Damn it. Um,
Hercules, Hercules. Oh, that's not
oh
even
god, I
Disney.
love that fucking movie so much.
Ah,
Do you have anything else on Cancer?
um, no, that's all I got.
On to Scorpio.
On to
And I can hear the
Scorpio.
Scorpios listening to this being like, "Ah, finally."
We're the only zodiac sign.
They're the only ones. Why are you guys talking about any other sign?
Although, truthfully, that's probably more Leo too.
True. I was gonna say. Also, I say that with love because I love every Scorpio person I have met. They are fun.
Yes, yes, dark side, all that, blah, blah,
All that.
blah.
Blah, 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 blah. So Scorpio usually hits between October 23rd and November 21st.
Hmm.
And this is the fixed sign of the water sign. So this is again like the stabilizer where we lay the foundations and the one that's gonna pick up the ball from Cancer and run the mile.
And this is where we start to really see like the darkness come in, like from like the shift of the planet and the sun and stuff. So like it starts doing it from the equinox, but then like it really takes hold and we start to really feel that coolness in the air, the fall and the death that is coming on to the planet. Like it's that kind of like moody mood or vibe, if you will.
Yes, agreed. Because the beginning of that fall is Libra.
Right.
So Libra is the one that starts the fall, and then Scorpio's in the thick of it.
Mm-hmm.
The thick of it.
Well, in Libra would be like your campfire. Like we all sit around the fire, we're all talking, we're all drinking, we're having that social interaction. A lot of football games, gatherings are happening, and in this part of the, you're enjoying the death or the transmission or trans not mission transformation of life to death. It's
Yeah.
that mutable kind of place.
And then we get to Scorpio and we start really feeling the cold.
Or cardinal, because Libra's a cardinal sign. So cardinal which is the beginning of the thought where Scorpio helps fix that.
Yep. Keeps it
Yep.
stabilized, keeps it right here,
Yeah.
baby. We ain't
Yeah.
going nowhere else.
Yeah. Until we hit Jupiter or we
Yes.
hit Sagittarius.
Yep. Remember Jupiter, just for everybody that might not have catch that, go back and watch it. Go back. You gotta go back. But
Go back. Go back.
Jupiter rules Sagittarius, so
Yes. Yes.
pish posh.
Pish posh. Pish
Pish posh,
pish
pish
posh.
posh.
Pish posh.
Um, this is the eighth sign in the zodiac, so it's ruled by the eighth house, which is gonna be sex, money, death, and transformation.
Hmm.
And can you guess the tarot card?
Death and swords.
Death and swords. Which duh. I freaking wrote that and I was like, well, duh. If I would have thought hard, I probably would have figured that one out.
Right, right. Like, well, it's that whole thing of like Scorpio is all about transformation and death and dying and rebirth, death, dying and rebirth. It just does that all the time naturally. Like there's no stopping it. It just does. That's what it does.
Yeah, and remember for those of you that are like, oh, isn't the death card meaning the actual death? No, the death card in tarot does not mean actual death. It's like could be death of the ego, it could be death of like a cycle, and like it's a, like she just said that whole transformation, that cycle she just described, that's what the death card is
Hmm.
meaning.
Hmm. Yeah, it's either the death of like like a perfect example is like a project. Like I'm only here for a certain time. I'm only here to help you with this. Like we in the beginning, we're like, all right, what do we need? What are we doing? What's our goal? The middle part with the fixed energy is actually building it, drawing it, If it's a book, you're putting all the words in it, like, and you have to have that energy that's fixed that keeps its eye on the prize. And then we have the mutable sign in the end, or the energy that like starts to transition to um this is the breakdown of the project. So this would be your book is done. Now you have to sell it, and you have to part ways with the people that you were doing the project with because the project is done and there's nothing for them to do anymore.
Yes. Yes. And then swords is emotions, right?
Swords is intellect and thought.
Intellect.
So this is where we cut off things. Swords are very good about cutting off or pointing in the right direction or uh this is where our even where our thoughts can start to gather and do us harm.
Mm,
Okay. Apparently my microphone is aggressive today.
she said, put me in your mouth.
It said hi. I was like,
Oh,
okay.
all right.
Okay.
Calm down.
Let's not do that.
Okay, so your ruling planet here is going to be Pluto. Another duh.
Pluto and Mars.
Pluto and Mars. That makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense.
Well, because we have the traditional astrology and then we have the extra planets. So with the traditional, it only goes up to Saturn, and they don't, because they didn't know about
Oh,
Pluto. They couldn't
yes.
see it with their naked eye, but they could see Saturn. So that's why I'm sorry, Mars.
Mars. Yeah. I think we were following, which makes sense because, yeah, in modern astrology now it's Pluto. So it was Mars
Hmm.
originally, and now it's Pluto. Now it's both, actually.
Well, one of the things that they were talking about, so with your Scorpios, like they will kind of like they want to fight a little bit, or they want that back and forth. And this isn't a bad thing. It's just how they kind of like uh communicate. It's kind of their natural default setting kind of thing.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, they got a lot of a lot of the ruling things and a lot of the traits of Scorpio are power.
Mm-hmm.
Now, power doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, but like even in that, they want the argument because it's like a way to get that like power that they feel constantly out
Right, right.
in a good way most of the time.
Well, good or bad is whatever. Like
Yeah,
this
redundant.
is just how like you're gonna use a sword, you're gonna use it for bad or good, right? You're either gonna kill somebody with it, or you're going to cut up stuff that you need to make in smaller pieces.
Fair. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense to me. Um, what else you got?
Let's see here. The energy is yin. The season is autumn. The day is Tuesday. So Tuesday, when you feel a little bit aggressive, it's because it's a Mars day,
Mm,
and that's why you get that little bit of that feeling on Tuesday. Colors are black, blue, brown, the dark crimson, gray, green, maroon, orange, and red. Trees are ash, blackthorn, palm, pine, and pomegranate. There's our little like descent into the underworld. Herbs are basil, blackberry, chrysanthemums,
chrysanthemums. Yep, you got it.
dill, heather, honeysuckle, ivy, lady's mantle, lily, and violets. Plants are allspice, cloves, cumin, deer tongue, ginger, horehound, myrrh, nettle, patchouli, reed, saffron, thistle, and vanilla. Metals are copper, iron, and steel. Gemstones are agate, snakeskin agate, particularly. Um, aquamarina, bloodstone, citrine, garnet, jasper, labradorite, malachite, moonstone, obsidian, opal, quartz, ruby, turquoise. From the sea is coral and pearl. The angel is also Gabriel. The goddesses are, I have no idea what this says, so this is going to be really brutal, but are E Rishakalgola? Rish-
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hecate, Hell, the North goddess of the underworld, Hell, because it's with one L, Isis and Persephone, which makes sense.
Yes.
The gods are Anubis, Mars, Nord, Norden, Osiris, Pluto, and Set. Birds are eagle, hawk, and vulture. So when you do, and a lot of times when we do, so hold on, back up. Um, with Scorpio, there are three levels of um consciousness, I guess, what would be called. So you have Scorpio, you have I think the eagle, and then you have the phoenix, or you have or Scorpio, phoenix, and then the eagle.
You saw it the first time.
Okay. So also, anytime that you see anything from hermetics or alchemy, if you see an eagle, that is meant for like the fixed sign of Scorpio.
I did not know that.
Because a lot of times we use the fixed signs because this is what anchors us to the universe, is that those fixed signs of the of astrology. So you have Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. So anytime you see those images, like especially in the tarot cards, you'll see a man, you'll see a bull, you see a eagle, and you see a what's the other one? A man, a eagle, a lion. The lion's the other one. And those are your four fixed signs.
Hmm.
That's like it's a staple in the hermetics in alchemy and stuff like that. Ritual magic, all that stuff.
I looked up really quick. Yeah, you did say it right the first time. The Scorpio is going to be the totally personality, like it's going to be centered. Your eagle is the awakening to the soul, and then your phoenix is the soul-centered individual.
Okay. Very nice.
You got it right, bud.
Hey, I try. So then the animals are dogs, panthers, or wolves.
Ooh.
And reptiles are snakes.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Scorpion.
Shed, you know,
Should.
full circle.
Um, I also have that it rules the genitalias and the bowels.
Yes.
And with the symbol being the scorpion, its stinger is to insinuate scorpion's high sexual and powerful defensive nature. And that the Scorpio M glyph with like the little tail and has prolonged and pointed tail reveals the scorpion stinger. So that's how you can always remember that that one is Scorpio, is because it has a little like M with the stinger at the end. And
Right.
that's also to express like the intensity and depth and laser focus of Scorpion or Scorpio. I just want to throw it in on there.
Um, and Scorpios, like, I know that they are probably the most misunderstood sign in the zodiac. Like, we all want to,
Yes.
make them the black sheep of the family. We want to make them the um well, they were Scorpio, right? Like they're very misunderstood and um the problem is that a lot of times either you can't find the depth in it and they're not going to be the one to tell you why.
Right.
They're not going to help you out. They're not going to like that's your shit and they're not going to like so they're very passionate, they're very very stubborn, very passionate, very and this is all the stuff that we need to do to have because you think about it, transforming is a thing that you have to keep doing and nobody can like help you on this. Like you have to do it. And a lot of people are not going to understand that kind of transformation that you're blazing a new path. You're not staying in um a s- you're not allowed to stay in a state of stagnant.
Right.
It's that fixed sign of moving,
Hmm.
always moving, always transforming, always. And this is why they get a kind of bad rap, especially like once you bring in sexuality and the genitals and like all that stuff. Like now all of a sudden they're nymphos and like, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, calm down. Like,
Yeah, it's a mysterious side. I mean, they're ruled by freaking Pluto. Pluto's in there. They're like it's that shadowy season of autumn where you're gonna get the mystery. And like a lot of us are honing into the house, right? Like you're gonna be intuitive times is comes up too because we're right around Maven or Samhain. Samhain.
yeah, the
Um
veil is very thin.
during Scorpio season.
It's
Yeah,
right in
it's
the
like
middle. It's
right in the
right.
smack dab.
Yep.
It's a big power wielding like sign, and it's hard for people to understand a mysterious power wielding sign, a sign that could stand alone on its own, that is brave and
Mhm.
magnetic and passionate. But
Mhm.
like any sign, we all have challenges. Every sign's going to have its challenges. Yes, there could be obsessiveness and possessiveness, jealousy, secretive, tendencies, but again, we can't always look at the bad stuff. We got to look at like, there's power in these signs.
Well, and that's
Huge
the
big
thing is like
powers.
we do have this whole thing of like, you can use these powers for bad and for um and the other thing is they're not going to put up with your shit
Right.
either. And if you piss one off because you were flaky or you did something, I don't know, that was goes against what they believe, they don't have to they won't put up with that kind of stuff, right?
Right. This is like the one sign where I've always think about them. Every time I've ever seen a Scorpio, they can stand alone and they're comfortable with it.
Yeah,
They're very like determined. It's a very determined sign, very devoted, but also very observant.
absolutely. Because again, we still have those powers of intuition. They're a water sign. So I think somebody said that, and I like this little analogy, was Scorpio is like a still pool of water. So if you ruffle the surface, they feel it all
Yeah.
because they're still. Okay, so powers, intuition, and issues. Authority, changes, clairvoyancy, control, creativity, darkness, death, desire, uh, destruction, determination, discipline, emotion, energy, healing, introspective, jealousy, love, loyalty, lust, sex magic, the other world, underworld, passion, power, psychic ability, rebirth, renewal, emotion, uh, r- revenge, secrets. They're very secretive too, by the way.
Super secretive.
Uh, the senses, sex and unity,
Mm.
spirituality, success, transformation, trust and detrust, or distrust and willpower. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's all I got too. Let's see. Yeah, the only thing I have other than that is that that Scorpio is going to be your sign that is dead serious in their mission to learn about others, which I have experienced firsthand. There's little black, little gray in that. It's black and white. It's very clear, very concise,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all that's accepted.
Yes. So if you're dealing with a Scorpio, remember these kind or somebody that has an aspects of Scorpio, because that also plays a part in it.
Hmm.
So like somebody with a Scorpio moon will be very dark and secretive about their feelings.
Yeah. Let's see here. I think I have my Pluto's in Scorpio. Woo.
My Pluto's in Scorpio too.
Yep. Those
What
out.
house is yours in?
Mine is in the ninth, I think. Yes, ninth.
Ninth, yeah.
Because I think yours was.
It is my identity.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when we went through Pluto. That was pretty
Mm-hmm.
intense. That was a good one. Um, okay, last sign, Pisces.
Pisces.
Pisces. I love Pisces.
You are a Pisces.
I am a Pisces. I love Pisces. Hi,
Because it's
Cody.
your rising, right?
It is my rising, yeah. Um, I love Pisces. I just think they're so much fun. They're so fun, so
Mm-hmm.
funny. So typically this is going to hit between February 19th and March 20th. And this is the end of a season. This will be the end of winter.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to do this. Well, they're the 12th sign, they're the last sign of the zodiac, and they're ruled by the 12th house. And I don't have what the 12th house is. So please enlighten us. Bring us your light.
12th house is a very psychic house. So if you have a lot of planets in this can make it very psychic for you. Also, but it also rules like intuition or institutions like hospitals or any kind of structure like that. Prisons. Um,
I just saw the House of the Unconsciousness too.
yes.
Shadow and Fate. I think are the only things you didn't mention in that list. You just gave off the dome. You have to
Yes.
read it for Google in there.
I'm like,
Let it load.
I'm like, please, somebody help
Uh,
me. I need a download. I need my Matrix style download.
right.
Um,
Ah,
yeah, the celebration is spring equinox. The solar system is Jupiter and Neptune.
yep. And Neptune's our planet of fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And Jupiter is our planet of expansion.
Yes, very watery.
Super water.
Chakras are brow and crown. So that's why they're super fantasy, love fantasy, is they're all in the head and very like up here a lot of the times. Escapism is a big one for
Oh,
this sign.
big one for this sign.
You'll see a lot of like, I'm not saying all of them, but they will tend to um escape with drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
That's like a normal kind of thing, which I don't blame them. I get it.
Mhm.
Um, colors will be aqua, blue, green, like light sea green, indigo, lavender, red, violet, white, yellow. Terra is the hangman and the moon. So the hangman represents like sacrifice. And I almost think it's either a sacrifice of like you have to wait for um like say you ask for a new job, but like nothing's happening right away. So what is happening in your world is that somebody needs to get fired or retire or move on from the position that they're in. And you're basically waiting for that world to kind of manifest into your life. So
Mm,
when you feel like when you bring up the hangman, a lot of times it's going to either be the fact that you have to wait
mm,
for it to kind of manifest, like it needs to cook for a while, or you're sacrificing a part of yourself to get what you want.
interesting.
So if it comes up, a lot of times it'll be maybe your time or you're moving if you're moving to a new job, you're sacrificing your friends and your family that you're close to or whatever your circumstances, you're going to move to another place. So you're going to sacrifice like that comfortability and that rootiness into a new place, a new venture and stuff like that.
Yes.
What was the other one? The moon?
The
The
moon.
moon.
The moon.
The moon is the moon brings out these wild aspects, but all these tame aspects because we have like the coyote and the dog. So you have the loyalty of the dog, but you also have the wildness of the coyote. There's also this little aspect of being afraid of this part, and this can represent like the shadow side of um stuff we don't want to deal with because we have deemed it bad or wrong in our personality or our genetic makeup. And a lot of times, until we actually shine that light that's coming from the sun into our dark parts, we make it so much bigger than what it actually is because of it has no container in the dark. It can be whatever it wants to be, as big or as little, because it has no container, there's no light shining on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I would say the ultimate thing is that there's hidden aspects in that.
Illusions.
Yes, yes, yes. Very much so. Trees are ash, cyper, laurel, mimosa, pine, and willow. Herbs are catnip, honeysuckle, jasmine, lavender, lily. Uh, Minerals are amethyst, aquamarine, bloodstone, blue lace agate, cat's eye, diamond, fluorite, jasper, jade, moonstone, sapphire, tourmaline, and turquoise. The metal is silver and tin. From the sea is coral, mother of pearl, and peel. I don't know what peel is.
What do you mean?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
How you
It's
spell it?
Peal. Goddesses are Aphrodite, Diana, Senda, and Venus. The angel again is Gabriel. Um, the gods are Cupid, Hera, Inky, Eros, Neptune, Poseidon, and Vishnu. Animals are cattle or ox, horse or sheep. Birds are stork. Yeah, okay. Stork or swan. Sea life is seal. What you got? Did you get anything? Nothing?
What was Peel under?
It was under from the sea.
It just keeps wanting to put in Pearl.
Yeah.
I did see or the definition of peel though is, let me go back, is a loud ringing of bells or bell, a loud repeated or reverberating sound of thunder or laughter.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hmm, yeah.
That's weird because I didn't think of peel of anything except for like apple peel or orange
Could,
peel.
could it be the crashing of waves?
It could be crashing aways for
Just
sure.
loud sound or a series
Mm-hmm.
of sounds. Could just be like
Mm-hmm.
waves. That's the word they decided to use in the correspondence book.
No, I think that's good. Um, issues, intuition, and powers. So we have adaptability, calm, clarity, charity, community, compassion, creativity, death, descent, emotions, enchantments, endings, imagination, intuition, justice, kindness, limitation, boundaries, psychic abilities, romance, secrets, sensitivity, sorrow, spirituality, and unity.
And the only ones I have outside of that is helpful, wise, and comforting.
Yeah, if you ever want to know anything, go to a Pisces.
Yeah. I also have that Pisces rules the feet, the lymphatics, and the liver,
Hmm.
which makes a lot of sense because again, escapism, feet, they're also very like adventurous. They like to move. They like the people. Lymphatics,
They love
huge
to
moving
travel.
system.
Yeah,
Yeah, travel, huge.
travel and photographers. A lot of your photographers will be Pisces.
Yes. The symbol is the two fishes. The Pisces sign symbol usually depicts two fish swimming in opposite directions and connected by a cord. Being empathetic, artistic, and escapist are among the main traits for that Pisces, and the two fish swimming in opposite directions expresses the dual nature of this zodiac sign, which often feels pulled between fantasy and reality,
Mm-hmm.
which I loved that. Challenges are going to be gullibility, self-pitying, out of touch with reality, self-destructive and clingy.
Right.
Let's see what else I have. This is the final sign in the zodiacal cycle. So hence this sign brings together many of these characteristics of the 11 signs that it have come before it.
Right.
So these people are usually really selfless, they're spiritual, and they're very focused on like their own interpersonal journey.
Mm-hmm.
And in love and relationships, this is going to be Pisces can be all consuming and really addictive. They're the fantasy sign. Okay, they love being in love and they want to be swept away by romance. But Pisces can also, there's like again this duality. Think about the two fishes. Pisces can also be hardcore realists.
Yeah.
Like, and they'll smack you in the face with it sometimes. Because the way that that duality works is sometimes it's all fantasy, it's all fun, it's all games, and then boom, reality. And it's like, what just happened?
Right. Side
What
swipe. Like, I don't know what happened.
what is happening right now? I also have that they place a lot of great weight on what they're feeling. So feeling defines Pisces. It's a lot of emotion. It's not
Mm,
uncommon for them to feel like their own burdens as well as those of others too.
right. And this is why I think sometimes they can come off a little bit kind of not grounded because they have so many thoughts in their water that they can't like pick one or have it's just too much. They know too much. Like,
Yeah.
and learning how to swim is kind of hard, right? Like,
Yeah, think about like for Disney people and Pixar people, because that is us. Think about Dory in um
mm-hmm.
Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming. She's like, all
Just
you gotta
keep
do is
swimming.
just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Um, I don't know. Did you say that they are feminine or a yin quality? Yin quality?
Yin quality, yeah.
Okay, cool. It
Mm-hmm.
makes the sign more oriented towards contemplation and engaging with like that inner awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, anything else? Sympathetic, receptive natures, they're
Very empathic for sure.
oh yeah, they're just wired for
Mm-hmm.
spiritual, artistic gifts.
Well,
Like
and if you've
in
had
it.
a Pisces that's been too traumatized, you'll find a narcissist because I have a theory, and I think other people have. It's not mine. I mean, I think it's one that's pretty well known that narcissists are basically a wounded empath.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a defense mechanism at that point.
Mm-hmm. Because Pisces absorb a lot of things. It's that water element that like break down, it break downs a solid into its smallest form. If you think about setting something in water and how it dissolves,
Mhm.
that would be exactly how your water signs are feeling, in a room or in a space or something like that. It's that dissolve, that molecules that spreads into the water.
Which is why escapism is so big for Pisces because I
Absolutely.
don't know one Pisces that does not do that. Just because like walking into a big crowd is stressful for them. And they
Mm-hmm.
have to pregame for it. They got to get in the right mental state for themselves to be able to handle that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every Pisces I know has to pregame before going to um a social event for sure.
Everyone I know does too. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they just can't, otherwise they're gonna get that like heavy breathing, anxiety kind of person that's like, I'm so stressed. And it's like, we just got here. And they're like, yeah, I know. And it's because they're feeling all of it.
Right, right.
And so it's like, okay, we gotta go.
I gotta
Run
go.
away.
Run away.
Run away.
Where's my taxi?
Yeah. You know what? I'm
I
just gonna
gotta
leave
go.
Uber. My Uber's already here.
My Uber's already here.
Yep. Water signs are really good. They're really great signs. I mean, I like all the signs truly, but
Right.
water signs are gonna be your fun-loving, romantic, high energy, like just go with the flow kind of I'm gonna find the fun in everything kind of people. But they can also be your big feelings. When I feel big feelings, I feel big feelings. It's like
Yeah.
it's a tsunami. It's like it's huge and it's all consuming for them. Um, they are very sensitive people in a good way where like if you need a shoulder to cry on, they're going to be the ones that you can go and cry on, but depending on which flavor of water you're getting, you're either going to get the I'm going to feel your feelings with you, I'll be here for you, but you need to get the fuck over it and move through it, or they're going to
Right.
be like the yeah, come here, I'm going to take care of everything for you and I'll do it for you.
Right, right.
And that's your three water signs to me.
Absolutely. I love water.
Yeah, that's so good.
Water's my favorite.
Next, we go into our last of the signs, which is our earth signs, which
Whoop
I'm
whoop.
Nicole has been patiently waiting.
Patiently waiting.
So those are going to be our Capricorns, our Taurus, and our Virgo. And then that ends our 12 zodiac signs after next week's episode. Look at us
Man,
go.
look at us go. Well, I can't believe it's already September already. Like, I can't right now. What the
Yeah.
hell happened to the whole year?
I don't know. I don't I feel like we've just been living in a full year of summer, honestly.
Right? It's funny because sometimes I've been realizing that time's going fast because I do feel like you can have 3 days in one.
Yeah.
Like perfect example is when I came back from camping because I drove all night, which was one day. And then when I got home, I went to bed. And then when I got up, I had to take everything out, put my tent away, do all the stuff that you have to do for camping and getting ready for next year, making sure everything's blah, blah, blah. I was like, I just had like, because I left her. It was like I had 3 days in one day. Like it was so crazy to me to have that realization. And the reason why I was questioning this is because my legs hurt so much. And I had forgotten that we saw a waterfall that had 168 steps.
Mhm.
And I was like, why do my legs hurt? Was it because I drove all night? Like it must have gotten stiff. Like I don't understand where this came from. And I totally forgot that I had walked up 168 steps.
Yeah, that's so fair.
It was like I lost a whole day of like, why is this like this? It was so weird. It was such a time warpy kind of thing for me.
I feel that too, because I feel the same way when we came home. It was like the night before we packed some stuff. Don't remember that night because it feels like it was that just one really long day of just packing, going to sleep, waking up, getting the rest of the stuff packed, getting the camper all put together, going, driving home, getting the camper dropped off, unpacking the camper, coming home, unpacking that stuff, going to sleep, waking up, going to work. And I was like, by the time I had the next day off, I was like, what just happened?
Right, right. What
How,
happened?
what day is it even?
I don't even know what day it is.
I don't even know what day it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it all just blurs together because it's just boom, 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 boom. And I feel like that's how the summer has been too. It's just been like one thing after another. You now we gotta do this. Now we're going here. Now we're doing this. Now you gotta do
Yeah,
this.
it's just cooking. It's just cooking.
Yeah.
Like quickly.
And then we were talking about it before the podcast too. It's like not only do you have all the big stuff going on, but you also have all the little things you gotta do too. Like
Yeah,
weeds,
yeah. Like weeds.
taking care of your garden and your flowers.
Nope.
That adds
I
up too.
I have chose that as my toxic behavior to for right now is I'm choosing to not do that.
We're waiting for frost over here,
I'm waiting for frost.
quote unquote.
Waiting for frost.
Waiting for
We're just
frost.
waiting for winter. I also have decided that uh when my husband dies or leaves me, whatever comes first, neither one's gonna I mean the death will happen, but not anyway, I'm overdoing
One's
this.
more likely than the other.
Right, right. So uh I'm moving up north because
Yeah.
I want it to be winter all the fucking time. I want summer to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I am tired of
Uh-huh.
hot.
It's so funny how well we align on this because I cannot wait for the first frost. It was this morning I said 63 degrees. Ah, I open all the windows. Jordan walks out. He's like, it's 67 out here. I'm freezing. I said, it's so nice.
It's
It's
so
so
nice.
nice. Can't wait for fucking snow. Wait.
I know. I actually was dreaming of snow the day. I was like, oh,
Yeah. I I just love it. I love it. I am not a warm gal. I am not a warm gal. I think I could live in Alaska and I would be a freaking okay.
I
A
mean,
freaking okay.
uh, yes, yes, I will sign up for that journey. Let's go. I don't, the higher north, the better. If I could get to Antarctica or Arctica, I would be
Chef's fucking kiss. Chef's
okay
kiss.
with it.
I can plan out my meals. I can plan everything out to where I have to do one big trip every once in a while. I can do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go. We're done.
We talked about this before, but I'm going to yet again remind the heathens.
The heathens.
Lumberjack tournaments. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I have to say. Lumberjack tournaments.
So we're going.
And really, the nice thing is you won't die in an old folks' home. You're gonna die eaten by like a polar bear or something, which is fine by me too.
No kangaroos. None whatsoever. I choose the bear. I'm going with the bears.
You said there were no kangaroo.
None.
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 Zilch.
They
Zilch.
can't
Zero.
survive up there. It's not a thing. Nothing of the sort. I will do with wolves. Wolves are beautiful. I love them. Bears, I can stay inside.
Or get eaten by one if I
Okay.
choose.
Yeah, that's fair too.
Either way,
Potential
I've been
vampires.
thinking,
I'm okay with that.
right? 20, what was it? 31 Days of Night.
Yeah.
God, such a great vampire
Oh, that was a
movie.
good vampire movie. That was
If you
really
ever
good.
want the opposite of Twilight, that is it. That
What's
is it. It's got Josh Hartnett in it, and oof, girl. I love me some Josh Hartnett.
30 Days of Night.
30 Days of Night.
30 Days of Night.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Have some horror films to watch to
All right,
re
right.
up on.
I hear you on that.
All right, peeps. So yeah, next episode we are finishing the signs with Earth.
Earth,
Um,
Earth, Earth.
you got anything else for the peoples?
Nope, that's it.
All
That's all
right,
I got.
cool. Well, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.